As you go through the various data sheets of Space Marines and Imperial Guard and the Sisters of Battle and the various other Imperium units, you often wonder why things are named the way they are. And with Imperium tradition, they may be named after a forge that makes them, or they may be named after some saint of legend like the Leman Russ battle tank or the Rogan Dorn battle tank. But some of these you don't really know. For example, the Rhino. The Rhino is named after a rhinoceros, but in the year 30,000, would they have even known what a rhino was? I mean, the world is covered in almost a giant city. There's very little pasture lands or anything like that. So why would a rhino still be alive or even known? Is it the same thing? Or maybe the Mikander Power Axe that you see in some cases, maybe named after its discoverer or creator as well. There's a lot of those different unique things that we just don't know about when it comes to Warhammer 40K. There's a lot of lore that will probably never be filled in just because it's not a good enough story to turn into an actual lore novel or something like that. On top of that, we have a lot of lost knowledge in the Imperium. Some that may have been created and we have the STC, but we don't know how it was created and it's just pumping it out. Sometimes the STC's been lost, but there's enough stored memory in certain machines that as long as those machines stay alive, we can still keep producing stuff. But if one of those machines goes bad, it's screwed. This leads to a lot of that lost knowledge, a lot of times not knowing where that name came from, and leads to a lot of confusion that way. And like we talked about at the beginning, this is something that's pretty common with us as well today. Even with our main battle tanks, we have the Abrams battle tank in the United States that is named after one of the great generals who invent and take warfare. But we still have a lot of different things like that that may or may not contain different names or named after mythical beasts or things like that. Although the most common names are usually named after someone who either used an older version of the weapon or helped create it, or in some cases developed a technology or a fighting style that made them a hero in military lore. So in reality, we're not too far away from the naming systems that we like to joke about in Warhammer 40K.